Yo, what's up guys, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. And in this one I wanted to give you guys a very basic and brief rundown about what my plans are going to be like for Black Ops 4, because pretty much we've figured out pretty much everything that we need to know for most of all in terms of the base multiplayer with the game that we need to know for the most part. And there's been a lot of reveals, there's been a lot of changes, alterations, stuff like that. There's mostly of everything. I'm just going to say real quick that mostly of everything that's been said in terms of the multiplayer, I'm very open to most of it, and there's only a couple things that I really don't like in terms of what they've implemented, but for the most part, you know, the game, there's more in the game that I look forward to doing than, you know, more that I'm not looking forward to running into. Let's put it that way. So, or dealing with, so to speak. But I'm very much looking forward to the game. And I wanted to share a little bit something a little bit more personal, and that is that I like to think that over the last 6 months to a year or so, in terms of my commentaries, I like to think that my commentaries have improved overall, and I'm a little bit more consistent and a little bit less jittery, and you know, I'm not stumbling too much on my own words as much as I used to. So I like to think that things have improved. But one thing though is that my gameplay, although I like to think that I've gotten better in little baby steps over the last couple years in Call of Duty, because I've been playing it so long, so my improvement in terms of overall Call of Duty gameplay is not up to where my commentary improvement is. It's not the equivalent. At least I don't think it is. Now you guys are more than welcome to give me feedback. So if you disagree or whatnot, please let me know. Constructive criticism is always something that I'm open to, as long as somebody's not being like ridiculously disrespectful. But so, and I want to go beyond just having decent gameplay. Obviously, some of the gameplays that I have are really good, and some of them are, let's say, above average. I don't know. At least the way I see it. So, and again, I'm not really trying to compare myself to like somebody like Swaggy or Mark of J or anything like that, but there's a part of me though that wants to get a step closer to that. And it's just a goal I have for myself. And I always look, if there's something that I'm really interested in, one of the things that keeps me going is not just the motivation, but it's also like looking to improve. And by the way, speaking of motivation, I get a lot of that from you guys. Whenever you guys give me like something nice to say in the comment section, whenever you guys are commenting on my videos or whatnot, especially when it's something positive, I'm all about it. And I love it. And it gives me motivation. It gives me, I mean, you'd be surprised of what it does. It's awesome. I love it. I can't get enough of it, and I always appreciate it. So, and with me, I just want to continue to get better at the game. So, excuse me. With Black Ops 4, I'm looking forward to playing the hell out of the game. I'm going to be preparing for the beta. And the way I'm going to be preparing for the beta is kind of very specific. And if you guys want to know more details about that, that is a whole other video. So please let me know down in the comment section if you want specifics on that, and I will gladly make it to your request. And I also may, depending on the way the game is and depending on what my conclusions are of the game after I get my hands on it, because ultimately we can't really make any final conclusions until we get our own personal experience with the game. I may or may not, you know, if the game requires that much teamwork to where it's that hard for a solo player to do well or even improve or not to run into too many frustrations, I'll either join or be a part-time fill-in for, you know, an organization that's already out there, and I'll just get in contact with them and I'll ask them if that's what they plan on doing, or I'll form my own team from this channel, because I know that there are also those of you that are, you know, even better than me at playing at this game. So, and I have absolutely no shame in admitting that. You know, I try to keep it as real as possible on here, because, you know, I'm not going to come up here and try to say that I'm better than everybody that watches me, because I know in reality's case that's not the point. Do I have my days when I play better, when I play absolutely amazing? Yes. But one of the things that separates a good player from a great player is consistency. And I'm somewhere in between that. I haven't been as consistent as I wanted to be in the gameplay. Part of that is because I don't play as much as some of these other guys that play for ridiculous hours during the day. That's part of it, sure. But we can't blame it on that, because that's not all the case, because I've been playing the game for the last 7.5 to 8 years. So that's not all of it. It's also the fact that I could just change things up and play for the better. So I have absolutely no problem, you know, if the game is going to be like that, I have no problem, you know, forming a team, you know, with you guys here, from you guys that follow me on the channel, that come to watch the streams or whatnot. I have no problem doing that. Or like I said, you know, getting in a group and just playing with other people as well. Or maybe even trying out League Play, although I'm not really that much into Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is the only game mode that I really can't stand, but at the same time with League Play, they might do, just like they did in Black Ops 2, they might implement a TDM version, which I have no problem with. I would probably really get into that. Who knows? I mean, it all depends on how it ends up with the game, but hopefully it'll just be good pub-wise, and I could just do what I do in pubs, and I'll be able to hold my own in pubs, which I think I will, but at the same time, this game is built a little bit differently, so we'll see what happens until the game comes out and we get our hands on it. But and I plan on making a lot more content. I plan on being a little bit more personal, even though you guys prefer me talking about Call of Duty. I'm also going to go in more personal and talk about some other subjects as well. The gameplay commentaries are going to continue, but the subject is going to go beyond Call of Duty as well. And it's something that I personally love to do, and it's one of the things, because ultimately this is social media, so there are a few things that I would like to talk about or even get off my chest every once in a while without being crazy dramatic or anything, that go beyond Call of Duty. You know, because ultimately when it comes down to all this stuff, you know, we're all in this together, whether you like it or not. We're all in this insane world together, so why not share our experiences in our own unique personal way? And that's another thing that I plan on doing. And I think Black Ops 4, or around that time, is a good time to start. Because the game, I think, is going to be good. I think it's going to be very successful. I think it's going to draw in a lot of new players. It's probably going to scare a lot of players away as well, especially when it comes to the casual. But at the same time, that's not the final say, because we haven't gotten our games on it ourselves. And especially with the beta and everything, there's a ton of changes that they can implement that'll change a lot of the things. Even though the base game itself is meant for teamwork, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, pubs, especially those players that are experienced, you know, it doesn't mean that they can't be able to do well. So only time will tell. So we got to have some faith, and we got to have some belief in ourselves as well. So I believe that I can. So, and that's basically what my plans are for Black Ops 4. And I wanted to get a little bit personal and give you guys a little bit more in depth. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. And please give me your feedback down below as far as what we were talking about earlier, in terms of about the videos that you want to see. In terms of whether or not you want me to post videos talking about how I'm going to prepare, and about the other things. So let me know. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.